Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about 7 affordable products that are not the sexiest products. These aren't going to give you the feels, they're not going to make you feel super special when you're applying them, but boy do they work. They work incredibly well and they will give you superb results. So we are going to get straight on with it. If you are new, hi, my name's Gemma. I upload new beauty content on this channel every single week. If you are enjoying what you're watching, I'd love it if you click on that like button, the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. First up, we've got the e.l.f. Brow Laminating Gel. This, to me, gives Refi Brow Sculpt vibes. I just think it is superb. The hold of this brow gel is absolutely fantastic, and just like the Refi Brow Sculpt, it has another end on it that will help you sculpt the brows into the position that you want them in, helping you get that laminated look, really pushing the brow hairs back to the skin. I personally don't tend to use this. I find that it gets a little gunky. All brow combs, if you are applying a brow glue or a wax beforehand, do tend to get a little messy as you continue to use them. I prefer to use my fingers. This has supreme hold though. I just think affordable brow products are getting better and better and better, and why spend the extra money on things with fancier packaging when you can get something that is this good? It is phenomenally good. I've used this on my brows today, as I have done for probably the last 7 days in a row, and my brows don't move. No movement. At all. Now, I know I said that all of the products were super unsexy. However, I actually don't mind the look of this one. I think you get a lot for your money. The fact that you get the comb and the brush and the applicator is fantastic. Yes, it's just a generic applicator, but it gets the product in the brows and it gets the job done. I just think it's absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I don't mind the look of this one. I don't think it's that bad at all. So I'm going back on what I said right at the very beginning of this video, and we're only on product number 1. But, you know, there's time. There is time. You'll have to excuse the smudged mascara halfway through the previous section. I'm trying out a new mascara today and it's not working out so well for me. Anyway, I have cleaned myself up. Let's move on. I've spoken about this next product once or twice before. I think it is fantastic. You will hear me talking about it several times throughout this year, no doubt, because I just think it is such a great product. Yes, it's not the prettiest packaging in the entire world, but you get a lot of product for your money and it definitely does what it's supposed to do. This is the Ordinary Sacris Ferment 30% Milky Toner. It is one of the best, if not the best, exfoliating toner that is out on the market at the moment that is suitable for sensitive skins, or for those of us who use a high-strength retinoid, and because of that they can't tolerate a high-strength exfoliating toner in their routine as well, side by side. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing at what it does, and it does it in a very gentle way. So we have a layer of dead skin on the surface of the skin which is surplus to requirements and can make our skin look a little dull, a little lifeless, a little bit flat. That dead skin is held on essentially by what can only be described as a glue that keeps it in place. A regular AHA toner will work by targeting the glue. It breaks down the glue, it dissolves the glue, and that means that those dead skin cells aren't attached by the glue anymore, so they can be exfoliated away. But this process can cause some irritation with sensitive skins. The Sacris Ferment 30% Milky Toner, which doesn't have any exfoliating acids within the mix, works in a slightly different way. It still targets the glue, but it works by making the glue not sticky anymore. And if that glue isn't sticky anymore, it can't hold those dead skin cells in place, so they can be exfoliated away with ease very gently. This is so gentle, it can actually be used morning and evening, and I never recommend anybody to use an exfoliating product both morning and evening, but this one is safe to use in that way. I personally don't use it in that way. I don't think my skin needs that regularly, but 3 to 4 times a week for me, it just keeps my skin looking really youthful, glowy, and definitely no hint of dullness in sight. I apply this using my fingers, just tip a little bit of the milky toner into the palm of my hand and then spread it over my face, missing out that delicate eye area, and then leave it on to absorb. Leave it around about 5 minutes and then I go on with the rest of my skincare. Next up, we've got the ENQUIRIES Hydrocolloid Invisible Pimple Patches. I mean, there's definitely nothing sexy about a pimple patch, but these ones are very, very good and really affordable. I don't usually buy pimple patches for myself. I buy them for the kids because they're at that age now where they're getting a few more breakouts and they're self-conscious about them, so they pop one of these on before bed. Or as soon as the pimples, they start to feel a pimple, and this reduces the swelling, reduces any irritation, reduces any redness, makes the spot seem a lot less severe, and really does help to extract any impurities from the skin so the spot lasts a lot less time and is visible for a lot less time. So yeah, I say I don't tend to buy these for myself, but I'm so glad I had them in, because last week I did a real number on my skin barrier, doing all the application footage of all the blushes for my Blush Wars video that went live last week, which very few of you watched. So it really wasn't worth it. But anyway, I did all the application footage in one day and my cheeks were red raw, and the day after, I got this little bad boy, which was taken down so much more quickly with the aid of these pimple patches. The reason I like these so much is usually when you buy a box of pimple patches, they're all one size, and these ones aren't. So if you can see, there are some larger ones and some smaller ones. So depending on the size of the pimple, depends on the size of the pimple patch that you go for, and I think that's really, really good. Genius. Never thought about it before. Has anybody else noticed their pimple patches coming in 2 different sizes? I definitely haven't. Anyway, that is by the by. These are incredibly good. They come with lots of different pimple fighting ingredients in there. So these have got hydrocolloid in there, which will help to suck out any impurities from the skin. They'll also give your skin that protective seal, so not to damage your skin barrier. It's also got a little bit of salicylic acid in there as well, which will help to not only exfoliate and visibly reduce the appearance of the pimple, but it'll also help to refine the pores as well. It's got succinic acid in there. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I haven't done a deep dive on this ingredient, but I do know that it removes any excess oils from around the spot, helping to reduce the appearance of redness as well. And it's got 0.2% ectoin in there as well to lock in any hydration and really soothe the skin. So it attacks the pimple at all angles, but again, doing it in a gentle way. These aren't so strong that I feel like they're unsuitable for a child to use. I have a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old, and I am more than happy for them to use these. So I think that speaks volumes. Next up, a product that I've done a full standalone review on because it's just that good in my opinion. I choose to wear this on days where I'm going out somewhere special now, and it's not the sexiest looking product. It's not got the glass bottle with the pump. It's in a squeezy plastic tube, but it does not take anything away from the fact that I think this is a really flattering foundation on my skin. A lovely satin finish. It's not matte, it's slightly airbrushing, nothing in, dramatic way, but it's still extremely beautiful on my over 40 skin. This is the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. I've spoken about this at length in a previous video, so I'm not going to wax on too much about it, but it's £8. £8! So definitely deserves its place in this video. It's going to give you a satin finish, medium buildable coverage, comes in 36 shades. I've gone for the shade 21, which is light neutral. Gotta say, it's not a perfect match for my skin tone. I've tried several shades. This is the best one that I can find, but it is a little bit on the yellowy side, which is a bit disappointing considering how much I really like this foundation and yeah, how it wears so well on my skin. So I wish there was a direct match, but you know, there isn't. £8, £8. Next up, we've got the Aveeno Skin Relief Body Oil Spray. If you have dry, parched skin on your body, this is your gal. It is cheap as chips and it is very luxurious to the feel. So it comes with a very convenient pump for application, so you can just spray this on and massage it in. Word of warning, you don't need a lot of this, so this is going to last you a really long time. One spritz is enough to do the entire arm, or at least it is for me. My skin drinks this in, doesn't leave a tacky, oily residue on the surface of the skin if you apply the correct amount. Obviously, it's going to leave an oily residue if you apply way too much. What product wouldn't? But very little amount goes a very long way, and it just makes your skin feel so beautiful. Really nourished, really hydrated, very well cared for, and yeah, it's very inexpensive. It's lovely and it smells divine. If you are anything like my mum and love your body creams or body oils to have a really beautiful fragrance, this is not going to disappoint. This is full of oat oil and jojoba oil, both of those oils very rich in fatty acids. So this is not only going to look after the skin barrier, but it can also improve skin elasticity and firmness and texture. So if your problem area is crepey skin, this is not going to erase all of your crepey skin, but it can reduce the appearance of your crepey skin because it is so nourishing and so hydrating. So if that is your problem area, this is what I would recommend to give you a hit of nourishment. It's so good. It really is. Might not be sexy, but it definitely works. Another product that I've spoken about before in itty bitty packaging. This is tiny, but it packs a punch. This is the Ordinary Squalane and Amino Acids Lip Balm. It is lush. The texture of this is so silky smooth. It's not sticky at all, and my lips adore it. Seriously adore it. As soon as this hits my lips are nourished and much plumper and smoother. This just seems to erase all of my lip lines and just gives me a little bit more of a pout. I love it. There is, again, nothing sexy about this whatsoever. It's got an applicator, so you can just squeeze the product out of the top and apply it directly to the lips if you want to. I personally don't do that. I apply it to my finger and then apply it with my finger. What's wrong with finger application? I just don't know. I don't really know why anybody would want to apply this direct. I'm sure some people do. I'm sure I'm in the minority here, but yeah, I prefer finger application. This is such a lovely product. It gives your lips everything that they need to stay really soft and pouty without yes, making them feel really sticky and uncomfortable throughout the day. So it's a definite win for me. And I have spoken about this before, so we're gonna put it down. Otherwise I could go on about it forever. And finally, we're talking about Trigwell Cosmetics. This is the Holo Hold Setting Mist. It is definitely a mist. This is lovely to use and it definitely sets. Now, I'm not going to get massive use out of this because it gives my skin a bit more of a glow and I have glowy skin anyway, so it's not going to be an everyday setting spray for me. This will be on one of those days, maybe more into winter when my skin is looking a little bit duller. This will give it a bit more life, but on regular days, a glowy setting spray isn't for me. But if you do love a glowy setting spray, this is definitely one that I would recommend you have a look at because it holds and the mist is so fine, super fine mist. Really nice to apply. You can really go to town on your skin and you don't get globs of the product everywhere, which some really high-end setting sprays can be a little bit spitty. This one, definitely not. This does everything that I want a setting spray to do. It locks in my makeup, making it last a lot longer. It's alcohol free, so it's not a drying formula. In fact, it does have some really nice hydrating ingredients in there as well, and it contains a little bit of niacinamide, so over time it will help to regulate your natural oil production. I don't use it for that. Obviously, if that was a major issue for me, then I would use a separate serum to target that area, but I do think it's a nice little addition. So if you do like a glowy setting spray, this is one to give a whirl. So that's it for this video. 7 unsexy products, but does sexiness actually matter? I think we should ask my husband, because I am so not sexy. I am the clumsiest person on the planet and he still loves me, so, you know, there's hope for us all. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you thought about it in the comments section. Also, have you tried any of the products that I've mentioned in this video? Did you like them? Did you not? Please pass your experiences on to the rest of the pack in the comments section. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave. Hope to see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.